Hi, I'm Rebecca from Tech Central inside the Hart Memorial Library of the Osceola Library System, and welcome to Tech Tips from Tech Central.
In this video, we are going to go over composition and other creative elements for your iPhone 11 photography adventures. Assuming, of course, that you've already watched our video on the settings for your iPhone. Also, for a more in-depth examination of composition, check out our other video in the Photography 1 playlist found on our channel. Here is a quick list of composition do's and don'ts. Starting with the do's, use leading lines to direct the viewer to the subject matter. Practice the rule of thirds. Don't center the subject matter. Use natural lighting to your advantage. Isolate the subject in negative space. Frame the subject within a frame to direct the viewer to the subject. Play with color and texture contrast. Take photos from unique angles and perspectives. Pay attention to small details. Some composition don'ts include use zoom, just get closer. Don't slant your horizon unless it's on purpose, of course. Don't filter before you shoot, just edit it after. This way you can maintain the original image. And definitely don't forget to focus on your intended subject. Finally, you don't want unwanted motion blur, so to combat this, use a timer or headphones for sharper images so you can keep the phone still without touching it. These are some examples of classic composition tools. Notice how they are all actually using multiple elements of composition to achieve a dynamic photo. Starting on the left, the subject is placed off-center using the rule of thirds, and the leading lines of the train tracks and horizon are leading our eye to the subject. The image in the center is actually disregarding the rule of thirds by placing the subject in the middle of the frame and instead utilizing leading lines and perspective. Finally, the image on the right is using contrast of colors as well as leading lines to have our eyes bounce around between all of the fans. One of the most important things to remember in art is to remember it's subjective and don't be afraid to break the rules. You never know what kind of magic you can create. Just get out there and start snapping away. Here are some creative tips to help you get those more creative shots. Use burst mode for action shots. On the iPhone 11, this is accomplished by pressing and holding the shutter button as you slide it to the left. It takes photos for as long as you hold the shutter button to the left, helping you capture the perfect freeze motion shot. If you are looking to capture motion, you can create long exposures with live photos. Are you surprised? Because I was. Now bear with me, it's a little bit more complicated. Once you've taken a live photo, head to your photo gallery and open the live image. When you swipe up, you'll see Effect options. Slide to the left to select Long Exposure. This is particularly awesome if you combine it with movement when taking a live photo, either by moving the phone itself or taking a picture of a moving object. To capture and control blurred backgrounds with portrait mode, swipe up to see your options including flash, timer, filter, and finally the one you want is aperture control or f-stops. Swipe to the left or right to control your depth of field. Finally, shooting in HDR captures more color and depth. This can be turned on in your camera settings in the phone settings menu. The last thing we are going to talk about is accessories you might want to have to up your photography game. A tripod may be annoying to carry around, but is a very useful tool if you know you're going to be taking self-portraits or low-light shots. Pocket lighting is also helpful in lower light situations. They are commonly battery-powered or chargeable little blocks of light you can shine on your subject. Most avid phone users probably already have a battery bank, but taking photos or videos can really drain your battery, so they are a really good idea to keep on you at all times. You can also purchase little lens kits that enable you to get some really creative images. Most or all of this stuff can be found on Amazon and won't break the bank. Finally, you might want to download some apps for photo editing, like Photoshop, storage, and organization, like Dropbox or Google Photos, etc.